It's time to get ready to tee off into the world of business, inspiration, and incredible stories. In our first episode of Golf and Beyond, we are joined with none other than the visionary tech pioneer himself, Mr. Sabeer Bhatia, the co-founder of Hotmail and a passionate golfer with a drive that goes far beyond the greens.
I started playing golf when I was 16.
Which has been your favorite golf club you played in India?
You hesitate to take a driver out every time because it's so scary. OB on both sides or thick forest on both sides.
Okay, what's your purpose in life?
My purpose is to do good. India has the greatest potential on planet Earth right now. Health is wealth. Health comes first.
So what's your handicap like?
My
that's
handicap.
The most favorite. Your date matches to Tiger Woods' date of birth. Same.
Amazing. Actually, 30th of December is got more than one memory for me because we sold Hotmail to Microsoft on the 30th of December 1997. Really Cinderella story. Pursue the idea, pursue your dreams.
Sabeer, welcome to the show. Tell us, where did golf start for you in your life?
First of all, thank you very much for having me on the show. I started playing golf when I was 16, right here in Bangalore at the MEG Golf Club. My dad was associated with the MEG, and so he took me there, and I got a coach, and just started hitting balls. And that's when I started playing golf. But luckily, when I was 18, I went to BITS Pilani, studied there for 2 years, and then I transferred to Caltech, California Institute of Technology. And Caltech is a very academic school, but they did have a coach who taught golf and tennis. And so because I had some experience hitting balls, I decided to go and take a golf class under him, and he saw my talent, and he put me on the Caltech golf team.
Wow.
And that doesn't say much about golfing. We are a Division 4 golf team, but I was on the team, and for the first time in the history of Caltech, we put together a team of 4 golfers to represent Caltech in intercollegiate tournaments. So I was very lucky as a member of the Caltech golf team. I was able to play at a course very close to Pasadena called the Annandale Golf Course. It's a private course, beautiful, I mean just spectacular. And as a member of the Caltech golf team, I could play there for just $5 a round.
Right.
Not that I made much use of it because I was so busy with, academic work. But I got to play golf, And then I went to Stanford for my master's. Once again, same thing. Stanford has a spectacular golf course, and it's like $15 to play there as a student.
Lovely.
So as a student, I used to play there. Now I'm an alum. As an alum of Stanford, also I can play not for $15, but for $150, but it's a spectacular golf course.
Lovely. So what is it about golf that you love to play? Like, what is your learning of the game?
First of all, you are playing with friends, so you'll have a good time for a long time, for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, joking, encouraging each other, hitting shots, playing a little competitive here and there. And life is about spending quality time with friends and family. I mean, ultimately, that should be the goal of life. And so in golf, you get to spend quality time, 6 hours,
right?
Away from work, away from family, engagements and other things. And when you have a good time with, that's one part. 2 is, I love the visual part of golf. Wherever you go in the world, golf courses have spectacular views. Whether they are man-made or nature-made views, they are spectacular. For example, I belong to the Palo Alto Hills Golf and Country Club, which in Palo Alto has views of all of Palo Alto and Stanford, and you can see even San Francisco on a clear day from there. So that's the other good aspect of golf, that the views. And third is you're playing against yourself. It's a mind game, which is there are times you hit some bad shots, so you've got to tell yourself what you did wrong and correct yourself, and then you hit one good shot and you got to try to remember that. The feel of it, what did you do right in your subconscious.
True.
And then if you continue that momentum, then you've gotten out of the of the funk that you were in.
True.
I love walking, I love nature. This is one sport that truly brings you close to nature. The other could be hiking or skiing.
Right.
But golf is really good, and you play in the mountains, you play near the ocean, you play in Hawaii, you play in beautiful places. So wherever you go, I always, on every vacation, I try to play a round of golf or two. And that's what I think satisfies my inner spirit.
If you have to know which have been the best golf courses that you have played, or would you like to mention some?
Listen, I've played at a number of golf courses. I love all the courses in Hawaii because just the views are spectacular. The plantation course, Kapalua, unbelievable. I mean, it's a clear picture perfect ocean, sky behind, gorgeous views of everything. Then of course in the Bay Area, we've got Pebble Beach, Spyglass, Spanish Bay, Cypress.
Right.
I mean, all these are just spectacular, beautiful views to die for. Whistler has some great courses that I've played at. Arizona has fantastic courses. Tahoe has some great courses. All the courses where they play these tournaments are just out of this world. But like I said, I've played in Thailand, I've played in a number of courses in India. One course in India that I would like to play at is the course in Kashmir. Kashmir golf course or whatever
Srinagar.
it's called. Srinagar golf course, which I've told has spectacular
beautiful views.
I haven't been there, but wherever I've gone, I've not been disappointed.
Amazing. Which has been your favorite golf club you've played in India?
In terms of the most challenging golf club, I think it is the Delhi Golf Club.
Right.
Because every fairway that you look down is like you're looking down a barrel.
Yeah.
And you hesitate to take a driver out, every time, because it's so scary. There's OB on both sides, or thick forest on both sides. I love the DLF golf course. It's very manicured, but I also like the JP greens. That's a very good course. And in Bangalore, there are some. KGA is a great course. Eagleton, this one is a very good course too, a small one. And I've heard Golfshire is a really good one, but I have never played there. And the most interesting course that I've played at in India was a course in Nainital.
Okay.
It's a very small, like 9-hole course or something, or it's actually 18 holes. But there is just one big, open ground fairway in the middle, and it's surrounded by hills, like mountains all around, and the greens, or the browns in that case, are like perched as indents in these mountains, in these like hills around. So you've got to hit up and then you come down, and it's the same fairway that is used for all 18.
True.
It's like one big expanse. So very interesting. It's very different, and I played it early in the morning. I was the only one playing it. It's right next to, I think, the governor's bungalow or something. Very unique. I mean, interesting, I would say. I found it exciting that I could play a round of golf in Nainital as well.
But that's amazing to know that you've played so many golf courses in US and now in India as well. I think India is in a very nascent stage. What do you say, where is the potential for Indian golf to grow with years to come?
Oh, phenomenal. Like I said, I think in the Bay Area there are more courses than in the whole country of India.
True.
Almost like 200 courses, 200-300 courses. I mean, so there is huge potential. But I think the game also has to develop. People have to be encouraged from a very young age, early age, and and I think the rules of golf are also changing because globally people have very little time.
True.
And when time is the biggest constraint, people, should be able to finish a round relatively quickly.
Right.
So anything we can do to speed up play,
Right.
like, for example, the pin requirement and OB requirement and everything, I think you will see those rules get easier and easier. Maybe in the future you can see, maybe you'll get a bigger hole to putt in, just so that people feel good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for us who are more advanced golfers, we want the challenge, but 90% just want to feel good.
True.
Any game is about feeling good.
That's true.
And anything you can do to make them feel good, like move the tees up front on weekends, that's what happens in public courses in America.
Right.
Or widen the holes a little bit so that they get better scores, will keep them coming back.
Yeah. But since you just mentioned that good golfers look for competitive games as such, so everyone would like to know what's your handicap like. That's the most favorite question asked.
I have an index which can translate to a handicap based on the course rating of 12.9.
That's really amazing. So I would like to actually connect the dot because we did some research. Your date matches to Tiger Woods' date of birth to have a lot of memories of 30th December. So how does it feel to share the birth date as him?
Amazing. Actually, 30th of December is got more than one memory for me because we sold Hotmail to Microsoft on the 30th of December, 1997.
Lovely. So I think we should go a little bit more detailed to know what was this 18 months of your journey. It's just that 18 holes of a round of golf. So tell us a little bit more about your experience of starting Hotmail and selling it to Microsoft.
Really Cinderella story. It started off with having a simple idea, which is to solve the connectivity problem. Both Jack and I, we were both working at a company called Firepower Systems, and the company put a firewall around the corporate intranet. Now this is how an entrepreneur should think,
right?
Which is, okay, now we cannot access our personal email accounts because I had an account at Stanford.edu and he had one at AOL.com. I couldn't access my account, he couldn't access his account the moment the company put a firewall. Now if you think, every company will put a firewall around the corporate intranet, which means people have personal accounts, whether they're at AOL or Prodigy or whatever, and they're not able to access them now while they're at work, but it's their personal account. You don't want to mix personal with company. You don't want to get your bills on your personal, or your stock quotes or prices on your personal, or your love life on your personal account and mixed with the company account.
Yeah.
So what Jack came up with this idea, what if we made email available on the web? The firewall did not prevent us from accessing web pages. We could access any web page. We could access, in those days, Amazon or different web pages around the world. What if we made email available on the web? That was the genesis of the Hotmail idea. So when we talk of innovation, over here we love to talk of sectors in innovation.
Right.
Innovation in biotech,
Right.
Innovation in AI, or innovation in manufacturing,
Right.
or whatever the case may be. Fintech is another very good area that people, they're looking at the problem the wrong way. The problem is not the sector. You don't look at a sector and say, I will innovate in fintech.
Right.
That way of thinking is broken. All innovation starts off with a simple idea. Hey, people are doing things a certain way right now. Can I do it slightly differently to make it different or better? And is this a problem for a lot of people?
Right.
So you have to either target, in the case of company software, what is known as B2B or SaaS or enterprise software, you have got to target a company,
Right.
and see what problems does the company have.
Right.
And in the consumer space, you have to target an individual
Right.
and see what problems does an individual have. And by the way, that individual is you.
True.
So if you have some problems or some way that is not being done, you're not able to access your data, or you're not able to make the connections, or you're not able to, book a flight from X, Y, to whatever the case may be, you start thinking, how can I solve this problem for myself?
True.
And if you can solve it for yourself, now you've got 6 or 7 billion people who are using the same kind of smartphones, same technology that you are using. That is how entrepreneurs should think.
With a simple idea.
Idea that solves a problem for someone somewhere.
Yes.
Most entrepreneurs I see in India come to me and say, we want to be the Twitter of India. We want to be the Chat GPT of India. I'm like, then you're copying Chat GPT.
True.
It's not your own idea.
True.
It's not original. And you don't know what problem you're solving. You're just saying that everybody else is doing LLMs, so we'll also do LLMs. That is a very wrong way of thinking about a problem and solving it. A problem or an idea and solving it. Every idea begins with deep thoughts of some problem to solve, and then really thinking through the ideation phase, which is you get stuck to an idea, but you think about it for months, sometimes years, before you say, yes, this will solve a problem for, and sometimes solutions are also dependent on time.
True.
If you try to do something ahead of time, it will not work. For example, there were 2 companies that were in the online cloud storage area that was started in 1999, 2000. Okay. And both of them failed because people did not have bandwidth to be able to push files, large files, to the cloud. Right. I mean, if it takes you half an hour to push one file to the cloud, you don't have online cloud storage.
True.
However, the same problem in 2008, Dropbox and Box are multi-billion-dollar companies.
True.
Because by 2008, there was plenty of bandwidth and connectivity.
True.
Now, I could push a file to the cloud in seconds.
True.
And not just in seconds, I didn't have to be there to push the cloud. I just moved it into a folder and it synced it in the back.
Yeah.
That was Dropbox's idea. That's it. Dropbox today is like a $8, $9, $10 billion company.
Yeah.
So, all these, and these are just ideas of yesterday.
Right.
We have to now encourage young kids to think of ideas of tomorrow.
True.
So start thinking, looking into the future, not into the past, and come up with ideas and solve some real problems.
That's brilliant. So I can imagine in 1996, you were seeing things ahead of times, and obviously the timing was right, is what you're saying. If you could connect the dots, like I'm sure you were playing golf even then, right? So what was that learnings that you implemented into business that you think worked well in your favor?
See, one thing is solve one problem at a time. So in golf, you have one shot at a time. Don't worry about the score, outcome. That's the problem in India. Everybody says, are you successful or not? I mean, everybody just going after success. There is no such thing as success.
True.
Or failure. It's you give it your best shot every day, every minute, every second, and you think positively.
True.
Everybody has ups and downs in life. When you're down, think positive.
True.
What's the worst that can happen? And when you think positive, you come up with new ideas and new solutions, and you solve some problems in your head.
Sure.
And that's what golf taught me, that it is patience.
Right.
It's a long game. It's not a game of the first shot or one hole or 5 holes.
Right.
It's 18 holes, so 72 strokes minimum.
Yeah.
There is a lot you can recover later on.
Sure.
Just as in life. Not everybody gets a great start, but over here everybody wants everything ready-made.
True.
Because their father built a business, gave it to them. Oh my God, I'm successful. You're not successful. You didn't do anything. Your father did the work.
Sure.
But for you to do the work, don't just take that business. Do what you are passionate about. People don't know what they are passionate about.
Right.
They do it because they want to make money, but then they have not lived a full life.
Correct.
Every human being is built for a purpose.
Yeah.
You have to identify that, pursue that, and build upon it.
Brilliant. I think these are two important things I would like to go deeper into. Like, what is your passion? Because I've seen a couple of content where you have been cycling a little bit more. So, as golf and beyond, what have been your passion beyond golf?
Okay, golf is one part, obviously. In terms of sports, I discovered cycling about 3 years ago. And it's a very great story. I have a fellow friend of mine who, whose kids go to the same school that my kids go to. And he suddenly, in 6 months, well, he was a little chubby individual, but he became super fit, like trim and like flat tummy and chiseled look on his face. I'm like, what did you do? So he's like, I started cycling, and somebody got me into cycling. Man, it's great. Why don't you join me tomorrow? I said, I have an old bike at home, just sitting gathering dust. So I started doing that with him, and I started small. I was doing 4 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, and now I consistently do 20, 30, 40 miles, every day, 3-4 times a week, sometimes every day of the week, and and I've met a new circle of friends while doing that. It has completely opened my mind and my body to pursuit of, of health, and it's a health regime.
Yeah, I think it's an important point for us to dwell for listeners as well. Physical fitness is an important part. What do you have to say in terms of the fitness that is at this stage? You look so fit and smart. So what has been your secret, and how important do you think fitness is in today's life?
Thank you, first of all, for the nice compliment. Listen, the most important thing for us to worry about in our lives is our health. Not wealth, but health. Health is wealth. Health comes first.
Yeah.
You can have all the wealth in the world.
Right.
If you have an unhealthy body and an unhealthy mind, it's completely useless.
Right.
You will live a substandard life. You've got to take pills, injections, be on some dialysis or whatever. And the modern thinking on health and longevity is all the diseases that we are getting are preventable.
Right.
They are all related directly or indirectly to visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat around the organs of your body, the pancreas, your liver, your stomach, your kidneys. And more than external fat, which is called subcutaneous fat, on our skin and stuff, we have to worry about visceral fat. Now, visceral fat to burn away is very difficult.
Right.
No amount of sport can burn visceral fat. Sport will keep your blood pumping to every part of your body, which is good. All the cells will be healthy. But over time, of the trillions of cells that we have, billions of cells start malfunctioning.
Okay.
They go awry because they're cells in the replication process. That is called aging.
Right.
When they age, they become senescent. They are called senescent cells. So one way to kill these senescent cells is to starve your body.
Right.
So I have done 9 5-day fasts in which I eat a very reduced calorie amount for 5 days.
Right.
Only about 700 to 900 calories.
Right.
That does 2 things. One, it kills all these senescent cells
Right.
that are malfunctioning, that cause disease.
Right.
Cancer is nothing but one cell that goes awry.
True.
And it also gets rid of the visceral fat around your organs. And you can measure it today with normal scales. So that is my secret to longevity.
Right.
And I subject myself to, like, I'm on a holiday right now in India, so I'm eating well, I'm drinking a lot, whatever. But there has to be a counter. I cannot, this is an unsustainable lifestyle. Most people don't realize that you have to have a counter to that, and the counter is starving your body for 5 days.
5 days.
And you just do a full reset.
True.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. So I think there's somewhere I read this physical fit plus mentally fit is financially fit. Do you agree with that?
Well, the financial fitness is, a function of, I don't think, first of all, it's, everybody should be financially fit.
Right.
Which is you get certain amount, you manage your life within your means, and you save for a rainy day and that kind of stuff.
True.
The three are not correlated. Physically fit and mentally fit just makes you a good human being, a good worker,
Right.
a productive individual,
Right.
who can get things done, do work, do deals, think outside of the box. And the financial fitness is just, what profession you choose to pursue,
Yeah.
and whatever your interests are. Our society is a little lopsided today. It's lopsided because I guess we've come from the socialist kind of realm where everything is so structured, and we need to move away.
True.
And become truly capitalist.
Right.
Capitalism is not bad. Making money is not bad.
Right.
It's not money. Making money should not be thought of as a zero-sum game where if you are rich, you must be taking from me. No.
Right.
Everybody should be able to be rich.
True.
As long as you produce things that are useful to somebody else.
Yeah.
That mindset change has to come. And if
Yes.
that happens, we will not try to equate financial fitness with mental and physical fitness.
True. But that means a lot to when you say it, because you've achieved to what most people strive to, right? Because everybody works hard to reach the top. But at this place where you are today, what's your purpose that drives you to doing what you're doing today? What's your purpose in life?
My purpose is to do good, is to make someone happy, is to make the world happy, to make the world a happier place.
Right.
And I do it through the eyes and lens of technology, not by how much money I give. No, I should be seen more for my creativity of solving problems than for charitable donation here, there, whatever.
Sure.
Because that is more of a fake way of doing things.
True.
For example, education. I think education in India needs an overhaul. I can't change the entire education system in the country. So what I've done is I've created an app.
Right.
And a website called Showreel, which is just focused on teaching children critical thinking, just one bit, because I think that element is missing.
True.
In Indian education. And if we can infuse critical thinking by way of an app, by way of a website, by way of certain questions that I ask that people have to stimulate their brains to answer,
Right.
and internalize,
Right.
that will solve the problem, because technology is moving so fast that whatever you study today is already outdated by the time you finish engineering school or whatever school you're studying.
Yeah.
So sticking to whatever you know and trying to solve the problems of today is completely broken. But if you learn how to think critically, you can solve any problem.
Absolutely. So this comes to a question where in golf, right? So we are constantly making decisions, and the critical thinking, or it's all in the mind, what you just said.
Yes.
Could you just share a little bit to the viewers about your experience, how golf helps people to get this critical thinking?
Sure. So I was playing once with a professional golfer, Stephen Ames,
Okay.
at a PGA tournament in TPC Sawgrass, the players.
Yeah, lovely.
After the tournament, they had a pro-am with amateur and a pro, and he was with me. And I was hitting my second shot. I did a great drive the third shot. My third shot on a par 5.
Par 5.
And there was a green, and there was a bunker on one side and water on the right hand side. And it was about 220, 230 yards away from, long, right? I took out a safety club to lay up. He says, wait a minute, why are you doing this? I said, because I'm most likely going to go in the water or in the bunker. He's like, you'll never win. The purpose of golf, we play to win. We don't play for a safe score. What are you trying to prove to whom? Whether you're a good or bad golfer, every shot you have to go for, your score doesn't matter. Am I keeping track of your score? But in your mind, you have to clear that your objective is not the score. Your objective is what is the best shot with this ball right now,
Right.
where it is placed. And he says, as a professional golfer, I will aim for the green, but favor the bunker. Because at worst, it goes in a bunker, I'll still hit it out and make it in 2. But if I reach the green, I can get a birdie. You are playing for a 6.
Right.
That's the wrong way to think about golf. And I'm like, yeah, what am I trying to do? Why is this score holding me back?
Right.
Same thing as people in India. Money is holding us back because we need to be successful. No, you need to be successful because you're doing something that makes you happy.
Right.
And makes other people happy. And money will follow if it's a great thing.
True.
That change in mindset is what you can take from golf and put into life. Play to win.
Right.
America plays to win.
Yeah.
And somebody wins. It doesn't matter if I don't win. Even if you win, I win as a result because you make life better for me.
True. And that culture is what we see in US. And what do you think is missing in India that you are working on now, apart from the showreel that you just mentioned now?
No, I think the level of discourse, the kinds of questioning ability. I'm also launching another app called Netagram, which is an Instagram for politics. I just want people to have a healthy discussion about politics.
True.
So that people choose the right leadership.
Yeah.
You know, not that I vote for somebody because he or she is from my community, my jat, you know, my religion, my caste. India will go nowhere. If we get those leaders, I'm telling you, we'll go nowhere.
True.
But if we vote for the right leader, no matter where that leader comes from,
True.
India has a future.
True. And what do you see India in next 5-10 years, like in the future? Like, what's your prediction for coming years?
India has the greatest potential on planet Earth right now.
Yeah.
It has.
It has.
But if it is not harnessed properly with the right mindset, right incentives, right support, it will lose this advantage. Every other country is aging.
Yeah.
China is aging. You know, birth rates in Japan have fallen. Korea has fallen. Taiwan have fallen. You know, everywhere else, Western countries are all becoming old, a place for old people to live.
True.
India is young. But if you don't employ these people and don't employ their minds more than their physical also important, both, in a healthy manner where everybody benefits.
True.
It's not a have and have not society, but everybody participates in the progress of India and feels good about it. Right. Nobody is discriminated against, nobody is looked down upon because they come from a poorer caste or sect or whatever. I think the potential is phenomenal.
I think there's so many pointers that you have said that can make a difference, and I'm sure everybody watching this is getting inspired or will work towards it. I would like to know more about, we've been talking about mindset as a core of it. If you think about it, golf has been purely a mind game. If you could throw some thoughts and experiences or stories about your experience with mindset being a part of your life as well from the game of golf. So if you could
my mindset is, listen, life is a set of experiences. You cannot say all experiences have to be good. There'll be some good, there'll be some bad. You learn from them.
Yeah.
Take everything in. You know, only when you learn from your experiences and change the future, make decisions based on your experiences, that you get a, that you learn and you grow as an individual. And like I said, that comes from a place of having a positive mindset.
Has golf played a role on your life with being positive?
All sports have. And golf, because I've spent a lot of time playing golf, but it's not just golf. I would say all sports require you to trust other people, trust yourself. I mean, every time you hit a swing, you have to trust yourself. Yeah. And especially when you're staring at water or this and that. How do you take the fear of, I mean, just like this morning, if Arvind hadn't told me that, he didn't tell me that there was water around, he just said, just hit a straight shot. Right. And I hit it fine. If he had told me there's water to the left, danger on the right, danger on this, that alone would have changed my, my confidence in the swing.
Right.
You have to detach the outcome possibilities from your shot.
Right.
That is the game of golf.
Absolute. So I think that is a great message for everybody watching this, because when we think of outcomes, there's so much of fear and stuff. It's best to kind of focus on the process.
That's it.
I think that's where the message is. So
Focus on the process, not the outcome.
outcome, yeah. So
And Gita teaches you the same thing too.
true,
That outcome is not in your hands.
Right.
Only effort is. And by chance, if you become successful, don't claim any part of it either.
right. But that kind of I want to connect to the 400 million exit that Hotmail got it, right? It means a lot in 1997. So tell us about the outcome happened, but did you even expect that? Was that part of your plan, or
No,
what was happening?
No,
Because
I just
such a
was
dream story.
I was so happy that somebody funded us, that I was pursuing my own idea, that we were building our own company. I didn't even care about the outcome.
Yeah. I think, was that the reason for which probably could have been the reason why you guys got the best exit possible in that time?
No, it's just luck. I mean, we started a revolution. Today, if we had kept Hotmail, it'd be worth 100 billion.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter.
True.
Because now I'm working on other ideas.
Other ideas.
So that's the beauty.
Yeah.
Pursue the idea.
Yeah.
Pursue your dreams. Pursue your what really interests you.
Excites you. Yeah.
Do not pursue money, wealth, outcomes.
True.
Pursue the process.
Process.
And make sure that in the process you don't hurt anybody's feelings.
True.
You do good for all of humanity and society, and you have a great time doing it.
Yeah. So what do you have to say with Birdies for Good, like what we were speaking for golf? So what's the thought about trying to do impact through golf? So what's your focus or your understanding of it?
Fantastic. Listen, that's your baby. It's your idea. I think you should pursue it. And like I said, if you can make a difference in anyone's life, even one person's life through this,
Yeah.
don't worry about whether you're going to make a difference to 10,000 people or 100,000. Even one person's life, if you can change,
Right.
you're doing something good.
Any message for the youngsters watching this who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs and take a path of the journey that you have had? So any message?
pursue your ideas, but be careful. Think through your solution over a long period. The process of coming up with the solution is as exciting as doing the solution.
Right.
Don't start doing anything quickly.
True.
Build the story, understand the problems, solve the problems,
Yeah.
and take your time. And don't pursue entrepreneurship for the sake of being an entrepreneur. That's the wrong reason.
Right.
Only pursue entrepreneurship if you have an idea. And if you don't have an idea, it's okay. Get a job. Think about your job. Work in your job for 4, 5, 6 years. And then if you have an idea, go pursue it.
True. That's a great message for people watching this. So what are the parallels you have found from golf that we could share for people who are already playing or who want to play the sport? So
It's a great sport. Go try with your friends. And don't be disheartened. Baby steps.
yeah.
Play 3-hole, par 3 courses, beginning.
Right.
And it's frustrating. But these days there is so much instruction available on social media. Learn it and slowly improve your game. Don't get disheartened, and find friendships in golf.
True.
Very rarely do you get to spend this much time with friends
True.
if you're not playing golf.
True.
Unlike in India where you sit and drink, and nobody does that in the US, where you do some active, some activity. In fact, I spend a lot of quality time with my kids. I take them away from their iPads by playing golf with them.
Yeah. And it's so much nature. So what do you have to say with a place like this? We're sitting in a beautiful golf course right now, and this vibe and stuff, you don't generally get it. Do you think that also adds to it?
Yeah, of course. Like I mentioned before, nature is an essential part of golf, and the most beautiful places to see spectacular sceneries and stuff is all golf courses.
Yeah. So I think we've had some amazing conversation. So thank you so much, Sabeer, for joining us, and this is a brilliant start for Golf and Beyond. Your insights and your valuable lessons have been really looked after, and we look forward to having more people watching this show and share their experiences with us. Do comment and let us know what you have learned from this show. And I would like to personally thank Sabeer for taking time and giving us this amazing insight with Golf and Beyond.
Thank you
so much, Sabeer. Thank you.
Take care.
Please do subscribe the channel Golf and Beyond and stay tuned for more such speakers who have a lot of things to share from their personal life and their business life. We are going to bring such amazing guests on our show month on month. This is going to be a lot of valuable lessons, and I'm sure we are here to make a difference to lives of people who are watching this. Please stay tuned, like, subscribe and share on our LinkedIn, YouTube and Spotify, and keep watching Golf and Beyond.